Hello and welcome to the eCommerce podcast. We believe that there is more than enough content focused on e-commerce marketing and not enough content celebrating the real heroes of e-commerce, those running the operation. Each week, we find and interview an e-commerce operations expert to share the secrets behind how some of this industry's most exciting businesses are run. I'm your host, Norbert Strappler, the CEO of SyncSpider.
But if you think about the products that exist, especially some of the more innovative verticals that are now beginning to arise, you really find that that's not the right model for everyone. When you think of Blue Apron's success, again, don't think you have it in Austria. I'm sure that there are great competitors there, though. But Blue Apron has kind of the perfect experience. You purchase the subscription, you can go in weekly, excited to see what menu items exist, pick the meals that work for you, customize them if you want shrimp instead of chicken, a low carb option, whatever. That is the experience. That level of customization and branded experience is what we want to be able to provide brands all throughout the D2C space and of all, again, verticals and revenue models.
What is the next most important aspect that an e-commerce business should improve? What do you think?
I'd probably say customer service, especially in today's times where in the e-commerce world, it's as busy as ever. Yeah, the customer service aspect goes a long way. And I think people will be a lot more forgiving knowing how transparent and how well a merchant, does on their customer service side. Even Amazon, whose business had always been predicated on the customer experience, they ran into some hiccups along the way, during COVID, and some of it obviously was keeping up with the volume, but a lot of that opened up the door for other merchants to really step in and take some of that market share away, because consumers were looking for something where they were getting treated they would when you walk into a store. And they were craving that, customer experience that you get in a store on a website.
Here's what retailers should really explore. Does it matter if people come together? Does it matter to your brand? And all evidence says that we're seeing that it does. When people get this thing out of a together time that's associated with you, you are going to be more successful.
And so the first stage was, how do we build out true demand planning? So how do I give the same level of attention to, we had about 50 products in our SKU count. So how do I give the same level of attention to every single product? So the first thing I did was really mapped out what operationally needs to happen for us to make sure that we can optimize every one of our listings, and we can create enhanced brand content, and we can drive external traffic, and we can do all the things that are really needed. Planning was the first step. So I spent a lot of time understanding what's the magnitude, what's the resource allocation required. And then I went off and I started to build the teams that could deliver the same level of attention to every single listing and make hard decisions. So we started to build KPIs and metrics against each of the different performers. And we would give them a certain period of time to say, is this really inside of our brand portfolio? Does this make sense for us to keep?
I believe that consumers and merchants should have the choice and have the option of accepting all forms of payment. And we're seeing more and more, for sure, moving towards crypto, but we're still just at the beginning stages.